Ms. Galan joins us here in Philadelphia on Talk Radio 1210. Good morning. Thanks for joining us today.
Good morning, Tom. So lovely to be on your show, and I love Philly. I used to work at the former was it WCAU? No, not CAU. It was the CBS affiliate that I know is now no longer the CBS affiliate.
It was CAU.
Oh, yeah. CAU?
Yeah, what TV
side? I'm getting confused because now it changed.
Yes, right. 3 and 10. If you were in town then let me think. 10 was
it was 92, like 92.
Right.
Right?
NBC 3, and 10 was CBS, and now it's changed the other way around. Yeah, it's funny how that works.
I love Philly.
Well, thanks for joining it. Now, what you do right now, you're on a national tour and heavily backed around entrepreneurship and women in business. What's the key? Because women would seem to me, we look at the statistics, are the founders of new businesses more than men.
Yes, of course. So that's what happened. I think, look, first of all, I'm a serial entrepreneur. I started as a TV station manager, worked my way up, became president of a network, and then started my own TV production business, and have had many businesses since then. And I found out that in 2008, in the middle of the bad economy, that women were just rushing into entrepreneurship out of necessity, right? Because so many husbands and men had lost their jobs. And in addition to that, the digital age sort of came of age, and so there were no more barriers to entry to begin businesses. People could start businesses out of their closet, sell clothes on Amazon, whatever. And the fascinating thing is that from 2008 to now, women, and particularly diverse women, Latinas, African American, Asian, Middle Eastern women, Indian women, were starting businesses 300% more than everyone else, and they've created businesses worth $3 trillion, and they've created 23 million jobs in America. I had to write a book about that. It's who I am, and I think it's an incredible, especially in these difficult times that we have, in our country. I realized, you know what? There is no more Prince Charming. Like, we can't count on a mate to make all the money. We can't count on corporations to keep us employed for 40 years. All these companies are being disrupted. We don't know what's happening with our government, as you know. And so I not only wanted to point out that this full-blown women's movement was happening already around entrepreneurship, but that women should join the movement, that becoming self-made is demanded in these times and easy. And in fact, there's all this hidden money in America, in the SBA, in corporations and nonprofits for women entrepreneurs. So all you guys out there, if you really want to make money, partner with a woman. And partner with a diverse woman, because all of these diverse groups are the ones that are the buyers of America.
Well, without a doubt. In the book, forward by Susie Orman, You Can't Do Better Than That, you take a look at a snapshot, a microcosm of different women, different situations, different skills. Now, let me turn toward one other aspect of something I saw getting ready to talk with you about all this. You were on Celebrity Apprentice, right?
Yes, I was.
Who is it that, I went back and I pulled it, who is it that knocked you off? Why were you someone this gifted, someone who's succeeded from here in Philadelphia and beyond? How did you get knocked off Celebrity Apprentice?
Well, I was on for a very long time. In fact, Gene Simmons and I were team members.
Okay. Oh, boy.
Gene made a mistake in a task we did, and Donald Trump said to him, fire your number 2. That's what people do in corporate America. And he's like, no, because she did such a good job, I'm not firing her. So he took the bullet for me. And then the next task after that, Donald Trump, I really didn't do anything wrong, but I think Donald Trump was mad that Gene Simmons got kicked off, and so he fired me. And we had a really intense discussion right before the firing. So, but listen, that was a TV show. It's a reality show. And it was super fun, and it's meant to be controversial for ratings. Little did I know that what seemed to be, a TV show and an act for TV has become Donald Trump's political platform.
Well, okay, let's talk about that a little bit. Now, you, at least in some reports that I've seen, have gone after Donald Trump, and I support some of the concepts, some of the stuff he said. Do you not support someone who's been this successful, the idea that people ought to be here legally and we ought to get a handle on that?
Well, listen, I have I have not gone after Donald Trump. I have a lot of respect for him. I just think that his messaging and how he's talked about immigrants, about Latinas, about Latinos, about different religions, and about diverse people in a moment when the majority of this country is about to become diverse is a mistake. I think that, I don't think it's smart. I think it's a short-term, scandalous, fear-mongering play and not a long-term, smart play to unite people in America, to uplift people. I mean, Dom, with all these multiculturals becoming the majority, including myself, imagine hearing every day that, that you're illegal when, in fact, I don't even like that word, where, the people that come across are undocumented. Most of the immigrants in America were undocumented at one point.
Well, wait a minute. I have to challenge you on that. No, I mean, the Giordanos, I went back and traced it. They came in here. You had to go through Ellis Island. You had to go through all this stuff. And the word's a clinical term. If someone is here illegally, sadly, they're here illegally.
Well, I don't like that word because I don't think that's the intention in the case. But look, I'm not an expert on immigration. What I want to say to you is, if I said in America to people, oh my God, white people are obsolete because there's so many immigrants. I mean, I could say anything and say it enough, and it kind of brings people down. There is a happy story here. The growth engine in America are women, women entrepreneurs, and particularly diverse women entrepreneurs. And he's an entrepreneur. Why are we not saying that? We need to uplift these women, make them feel good about what they're doing, not bring them down. And I just think and I have to say, that's not just Donald Trump's messaging. I would say it's been the Republican Party's kind of, I think, mistake. You have all these people that are super conservative and traditional. We're raised traditional. We're almost natural-born Republicans. And instead, because we hear so much negative kind of messaging and everything...
Well, let me ask you about that, if you could be more specific, because I agree with you. It's a thing on so many issues, particularly Latinos, school choice, best for their kids, family, and all those things. Well, that's what the Republican Party stands for, by and large. Why pick on us, on conservatives, who don't have that animus, certainly with a name like Dominic Joseph Giordano? I have no animus toward immigrants.
Well, I just think, look, I think we have to do a reboot of the, it's kind of like the reboot of the messaging. I could not be more of a conservative person. I'm an entrepreneur myself, but I can't. I have to speak up as someone who is conservative, as someone who is, an entrepreneur, who is preaching to people, let's go get our own money and be entrepreneurs. But at the same time, I have to say we have to speak differently about the people that are building this country and the numbers. The die has been cast. Latinas in America are the number one emerging market in the world. These people are the number one consumer in America. Every advertiser goes after these diverse women and these diverse moms, and yet what we hear from Washington, from politicians, is negative speak. Instead, we should be uplifting these women to help America be better. And I just think it's a reboot starting, from parties down.
Okay. Fair enough. What's your favorite part of the book? Which part of the book did you really like, the snapshot, the person you put in there that you would point to, particularly for women? But who did you like best?
I'll tell you. I think that the most important part of the book, and the reason women and men should look at the book, is that I say a lot in the book, but the most important thing is there is hidden money in America. We complain that there are no jobs in America. There is more money for entrepreneurs and earmarked money for women particularly, and for diverse cultures particularly, in the government, in corporations that outsource to entrepreneurs, in nonprofits that have all kinds of contests and all kinds of training for free. And what I found is that only 5% of this money gets applied for. And so something's wrong with that. The information is not getting to the citizens of America. So when I think of the next president of the United States, I think we've got, why am I writing a book to get the information that the government should be getting for their own programs to the people of America? We have the money. It's in there. The corporations have money for entrepreneurs, and we don't know enough about it. And somehow we think entrepreneurship is some grandiose thing. As you know from the book, I say there's many ways to be an entrepreneur.
Sure, exactly.
There's many pockets of money. Let's go get that money. Read about it. Go on my website, Becoming Self-Made. Get the app and find out how to become an entrepreneur, even if you start 1 hour a week. We have to engage the entrepreneur muscle in these times. I think it demands it.
All right, self-made, becoming empowered, self-reliant, and rich. That's always good in every way.
We love that, don't we?
Exactly. Nely Galan, thank you so much. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you, Don.
For joining us.